Hey folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new, I'm using pronouns, and I think my voice has slightly gotten deeper. Like it's a little bit different from a past few weeks, so I'm happy with that. Today I want to talk about uncertainty, discomfort, breaking free from fear, and new experience, and how all of this links, how all of this links in a chain-like motion. I don't know if I mentioned this in my other videos, but I'm currently seeing a therapist to mostly talk about LGBTIQ plus challenges I have, and particularly around my gender identity and building a relationship with my body, because dysphoria, and I want to build a healthy relationship with it. I don't want to just keep um hating myself and what I don't have and how I don't feel 100% comfortable in my body and stuff, but I'm working through it and I've definitely made a lot of progress, and that's one thing I'm gonna be talking about today. If y'all watched the video of me talking about virginity and relationships, y'all would know that I had a fear of intercourse basically, and although anything to do with adult intercourse stuff freaked me the hell out. Like I was just like, nope, goodbye, I cannot deal with this, bye bye bye, don't bring this near me, I don't want anything to do with this. um that was, I'd say, ever since I started HRT until this point. Like it was bad at the start of this year. Use this example, the one I just mentioned about me having fear of intercourse, to illustrate my point about discomfort, uncertainty, breaking free from fear, new experiences, and the chain reaction. So yeah, earlier this year I was really scared of intercourse, and I couldn't even talk about it. Like if you told me this, the way I'm talking about it now is not what I could have done a few months ago. Like I couldn't even say the damn word like sex and intercourse without like feeling weird about it. Like I couldn't even say it, and now I'm just like talking about it this confidently. That's I've come a long way. Anyway, yep, I had a really bad fear. I didn't want anything to do with it, and the reason is because it's not normal for me. Because throughout my entire life, like I've never really explored this part of myself, you could say, and I didn't really educate myself on this whole domain. Like I knew nothing, and I was not really confident in my own body, and I didn't like being vulnerable with my body. Like, and I thought it's really taboo in Asian culture, because when I was growing up, no one talked about this. It was not a talked about thing, and which made me believe that it's not okay and it's unacceptable. That's why I've suppressed this part of me. Like the feelings I experience, I suppress them, be like, nope, this is unacceptable. You can't be feeling this way. Don't even think about this. I just shut this entire part of me down because I thought it was unacceptable. And that's why to this age, until now really, it's not been a normal thing for me. And that's why it freaked me out, because it's so new and unfamiliar to me. I'm just like, what? So basically what I've been doing with the past few months with my gender therapist is sort of open the door to this domain more and start like confronting things I've been running from for so long. And it was a slow process, and I didn't want to traumatize myself, so I took it very slow, and I did things slowly. First by watching stuff, you know what I mean, and then I started researching about this more and trying to understand the different ways people do it and stuff like that. Also started changing the dialogue in my head and telling myself that it's okay to feel these things, and wanna feel pleasure of my body, like it's okay, and it doesn't make you a freak, and it's not taboo, it's part of human nature. It was just like changing the dialogue in my head was also an important part of overcoming the fear of this. Today I saw my therapist again, and I told him how far I've come. I'm like, this doesn't freak me out anymore. I can talk about this. I'm okay with this. I'm actually excited about this. I'm curious. I want to know what it feels like. I'm a virgin, by the way. If you didn't see the previous video, I'm a virgin and I never done anything. I've never had my first kiss either, and I'm openly admitting that, and that's okay. Like, it's a quick message to all of y'all who are like my age. I'm 23, and have never done any sort of, and have never done anything like that, like that whole domain of relationships. And it's okay, and it's no rush, honestly. Just do it at your, like, go through your journey at your own pace, and don't force yourself into doing anything that you don't want to do, because it's not worth it. And also exploring this part of myself, this side of me, with my therapist also helped me understand what I am okay with and what I'm not okay with, even though I haven't actually done it with anyone. Just talking about it and seeing things helped me realize that, you know, this is red zone for me, no go zone. This is yellow for me. It might be okay, might be not, and the green zone, as in I'm perfectly okay with this. And it's good that I've established this in my head before actually diving into it, because I don't want to be triggering myself because of the whole dysphoria thing. I don't want to be triggering myself and doing something I regret, and actually hurting my physical and or mental health from doing something that was in my red zone, which is no go zone, and it's not okay. Okay, so that's the example. That's sort of how the situation has been playing out past few months. And I think I'm gonna say this online now because, I've gone to the point where I've learned how to deal with it already. So the thing that I've been bothered by is that the person I've been seeing um basically cheated and hooked up with someone else. So that's what happened. That's the extent to details that I'm going to go into. And I was also talking to my therapist today about, I don't want to drag the trauma that I have, the scar and the wounds from this incident into, future relationships, because it's not going to be fair on the my future partner, basically, that I'm dragging my trauma into the new relationship and they haven't done anything wrong. And that's something I'm very conscious of, how I respond to trauma and what sort of baggage am I carrying, and how may I be projecting this onto other people, and possibly, shutting them out unintentionally as a protective mechanism because I've been wounded before. So that's something I'm going to figure out and work on, sort of understand it all, figure it out before I actually try dating again, because I don't want to hurt someone from my trauma. Okay, so that was the experience, my experience, what happened and all that. So how it links to the chain reaction. So that's something I've been scared by for a very long time, and it's like a part of me I tried to push away. I tried to push it away for a very long time because I didn't want to confront it. Because confronting it is scary, and I don't like confronting scary things, so I run away from it. And the longer I tried to run away from it, um, the worse it came up again. It's like I cannot keep suppressing this because it's just gonna try and erupt again, and then eventually it's gonna pop and it's gonna burst, and I cannot contain it anymore, basically. And I also want to say confronting deepest fears, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do, and I think confronting fear is a very courageous thing to do, whether it be big or small. It really depends on you and your situation, your circumstances. But I think all acts of confronting fear is very courageous. And I failed to realize how this one fear of intercourse has was like completely messing up my entire life in ways that I don't know. Like, I wasn't as self confident. I didn't like my body that much. Um, I was not confident talking to new people, meeting new people. I was not really open, talkative. like this to people in real life, my physical health suffered and I kept experiencing these things that I didn't know why. I realize it now. It's all because I was scared of this one thing. I was scared of intercourse. And then that played out into my dysphoria. And then that dysphoria played out into how the relationship I had with my body and how willing I'm open to like talking about these things to people basically. And that sort of um made me close off a little bit about this domain. Like I felt like I was holding back, and whenever I hold back and not fully live my truth, my psychological health suffers. And then, you know, if my psychological health suffers, I go downhill, and then mental health downfalls occur, and I get a lot of unhelpful thoughts. That's the whole chain. That's literally the chain. Just from this one thing. That's the chain that messed up me. That messed me up and held me back from being free and, you know, fully living life for so long. That's the chain. As I've mentioned in like previous videos, like it's important to not look at our health and well-being from like one fixed domain, like okay, my psychological health, and see that as independent from physical health, emotional health. Um, the connections we have with people, everything links together. That's why I've always been saying this. Everything links together in a giant interconnected web. It's like a spider web. Everything links together in ways that we may know and ways which we may not know. Everything links together. And to actually fully, I guess, heal from difficult experiences or trauma or fear, overcoming fears, going out of our comfort zone, we have to realize this connection and see how it plays out and the chain that it links to. Basically it all links in a chain. And literally now I have never felt so free in my life. Like I have experienced moments where I've overcome something and I feel very proud, but I have not felt like this fully free. And I don't know how long. I don't even remember if I've ever felt this. Maybe. I don't know. It's like I'm so open to everything now. Like, um, I was invited to have drinks with my coworkers. I'm like, I don't drink, but you know, I'll come. Hell yeah, why not? And I'm open to talking to new people and not just like stuck to one person. I'm just like, I'm talking to everyone and I'm vulnerable with everyone. And I'm more comfortable with having like deep talk with people, being vulnerable, and then they be vulnerable with me. And we have like such wholesome, meaningful, deep conversations. Like, I'm open to building connections with people now and like, you know, going to places and doing things that I've never done before. I'm just I just want to live life now and do things. And, you know, if I don't know something, like this past week, when I just started work, there was a lot of things I didn't know. And I was new. Like, I did stuff for the first time. I did a lot of things for the first time in my life. And, you know, even though I came in not knowing anything, I still pulled through and I learned it. I got the hang of it. I picked it up really quickly and I asked for help if I didn't know what to do. And it all works out. Like I didn't come into this having a plan A at all. I had no plan at all. I just came in knowing nothing. And I'm coming out of it learning so much about the work itself and about me and me as a person. Now I've come to the, I guess, advice part of the video, and I'm gonna direct this towards my younger self basically, and hopefully hearing this message has will help you as well. So if I could say something to younger Liv, it would be this: it's okay to feel scared, it's okay to be uncertain about things, it's okay to not have all the answers, and know what you want and be uncomfortable with things, because there's a lot of things in life, bud, that are very new to you, and there are a lot of things that you have not experienced before, and that's okay. Just go at your own pace on your journey. You do not have to rush into anything that you're not like. you're not comfortable with. And desensitization to things that scare you take time. It's not an overnight thing. You just keep putting work in and you will get there. That's all I ask. You just put in work every single day, a little bit of work every single day towards becoming a better version of you and overcoming your fears. And, months and years down the line, you would be like, what happened? Like, how did this happen? Like, this is incredible growth. How did you even come to this point? That's what will happen if you put in effort. Do not quit. Keep going. Even if you have to crawl on the damn ground, I don't care. If you walk, run, crawl, whatever, keep moving. Do not stop. Keep moving. And seek support if you need to. It's okay. And there are people out there who will care. There are people out there who care about you and they love you and they are willing to support you. And even people who you may never believe will be open to supporting you, they will be open to supporting you. You just have to be honest with people and you know be honest and be vulnerable, and in return they will be vulnerable and they will also you like build a two-way supporting stream with them. They support you, you support them. That will happen. And focus on your journey. It doesn't matter if like people your age have done things that you haven't, and then you may feel bad or like behind if you haven't done it yet. Like having intercourse and losing virginity. A lot of people your age, uh, will probably already lost their virginity and you haven't, and that's okay. Like, that's one example. It doesn't matter. You're not behind. You're still young. You have a lot of time to do things that you want to do. Don't pressure yourself into trying to meet like stupid expectations of people and society in general. There is no specific age for you to to achieve stuff. You just go through life at your own pace because you have your own unique circumstances, and people expecting you to fit into these boxes and conform is stupid. And don't listen to these people. Listen to yourself, live. Listen to your mind, heart, and body. That's what will guide you. Do not listen to the unrealistic expectations of people. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Young Lev, the last thing I want to say is, confronting fears is scary. Putting yourself out there is scary. Going beyond your safe and comfort zone is scary. And you can be walking in blind a lot of the times and not have any idea what to expect. But if you just show up, just keep showing up, and you will it will be unreal how much things can change for the better. You change one thing, it can change your entire life. The chain effect, Lev. Remember the chain effect. There's gonna be the chain effect. Things gonna affect each other in turn. One thing leads affects another, which affects another, affects another. Everything's linked. Remember the chain effect. And even though it feels like you may not be making any progress, I promise you, you are making progress if you keep going forward, no matter how small or big the step is. Just keep moving forward. You change one thing, you change your whole life. Thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you in the next video.